Hi! It's good to see all of you. This is our early spring. Wishful thinking, I know. Although it's been warm lately, right? Early spring band showcase. And you are, whoa, I got my workout in the last hour and a half. You are in for a big treat with a lot of different ensembles tonight. A lot of different, so many talents, y'all, up here. There are people playing multiple instruments, some as many as 3 different instruments up here. People who were, quite a bit of transition tonight with the different ensembles. But you'll see some of these faces playing in every single ensemble up here tonight, which I think is just so impressive. Tonight is the first time that the beginner band friends are playing a song all on their own. They've reached that point, which is really exciting. So yeah, a lot of exciting things in store for you. Before we begin, check your devices and your noisemakers. Please make sure that they are silented. If you can, please wait until we are in between songs to leave the auditorium. When you do need to leave the auditorium, please use the back doors. They are rather loud, so if you open and close them, just close them gently for me. The restrooms are out the back and to your left. Yeah, let's do this. First thing, of course, the very first thing that we're starting out with, I actually left this out of the program, and I feel awful about it. But we are starting with our 8A saxophone quartet, which features Diana, Misha, Alex, Israel, and Chase. And they have for you a really special arrangement of the Mario theme song. And this, I helped them find the music, but past that, they rehearsed it. They put it together all on their own. And they are all on secondary instruments, which I think is just incredible. So without further ado, let's start our program, the 8A Saxophone Quintet. The rhythms of that are very hard. If you've ever tried to learn that or play that, I think you can attest that rhythmically, it's a brain workout. It's a challenge. There's lots of syncopated things in there if your music terminology is up. Oh, there we are. Yeah, all right. We ready, Chase? Oh, okay. He's got big instruments back there. He'll get there. The next group you are going to hear is the Strayer Jazz. So jazz season, we are officially underway. Jazz season I consider this the start of the jazz season to be when we come back from the winter break in January. So we've been rehearsing pretty significantly for 7 weeks now, and we're kind of at the point where it's okay, come on. What are we doing? This is the week where it all starts to happen. So our performance schedule gets very, very crazy from now until the end of March. We go to our first show this Friday at Pendale Middle School. We play at 8:30, I think. If you're free, come on out, check us out. This is actually our first public performance, so we're really excited. So our first show is this week, and we go pretty strong until the end of March. We visit all the elementary schools, so if there are any elementary school friends in the audience, we'll be coming to you soon, within the next 3 weeks. as well as the 6th grade center. So we make our way throughout the district, we make our way through to local shows and have a really good time performing. You are gonna see and hear 3 charts tonight: Summer in Sao Paulo, JoJo Calypso, and Uptown Throwdown. One slight change, 2 slight changes, I believe, to the program in this, and that will be in Uptown Throwdown. Soloists will be Dean Orison, Diana, and Misha on saxophone. Okay? Yeah, so there we go. Without further ado, jazz band, you ready? Okay, I'll stop talking. Jude first on the vibes, Dean second on trombone, and Aiden third on keys. It is appropriate, if you're not familiar with hearing jazz or going to jazz concerts, it is appropriate to clap after each soloist, yes, in the middle of the piece, to recognize the soloist and their courage and their bravery and their hard work in learning their solo. So that is definitely appropriate, and I'll try to recognize each one, okay? Next up is a chart called JoJo Calypso. The payoff is now. We've worked really, really hard on all that stuff for the last like 2 months, and now is when they start to reap some of the benefits from it. So that was really fun. Thanks for being our very first performance of the 2023 season. I know, right? All right, we're gonna get a new group up on stage. That group is Dance Slav. If you play Dance Slav, come on up. We're gonna have a couple transitions here tonight, so bear with us. Try to make this as quick as possible back there. This group that you see in front of you is the members of our beginning band classes. So all of these people that you see on the stage started playing the instrument that is in their hands at the beginning of the school year. And up until now, we've kind of mixed them in. They weren't quite ready to fly on their own, but they are ready to fly on their own at this point in the school year, and that's really exciting for me, just seeing the independence, seeing them grow and figure more stuff out on their own. That's my goal, right? I get them started. My goal is that they can do this without me one day. And a lot of them are very, very close right there, which is really cool. We also have the extreme pleasure of having a field study student with us. Field study is a program at the high school for not just teachers, but anybody who thinks they want to try out a certain career before they actually commit to it. And we have a field study student, senior from the high school, who, Danny, can I break your news? I can? Danny was accepted to Westchester University on Friday! Danny's been trying out this whole band director thing. He comes over in the afternoons. He gets to hang with us 8th period, because our school day times are a little bit different, but he has been working with our ensembles and a lot of our students, and I guess you have to commit now. There's no going back. So Danny, I'm so excited. A couple years you're going to be up here doing this, and that's really, really awesome for me. So Danny is going to take our beginner band through Dance Slav. Enjoy. Congratulations, beginner band. Again, it's really cool for me just to see their independence and knowing that they've only been playing for 6 months. That's kind of crazy. I agree. It's really cool not only to see them gain their independence and figuring more stuff out and like the light bulbs go off, but also their work ethic. Like they come in and they work on that, man. They wanted to get it perfect. And I always, so leading up to concerts, it's very normal to have nerves. It's very normal to have a little bit of anxiety and excitement. And I always say, look, all those things are totally normal. I don't really want you to play a perfect concert, though. You're going to make mistakes, right? That's human. I see concerts. I stole this from my good friend back there, Mr. Parker, our QCHS band director. But he said this a little while ago, and I love it. I so agree with this. Concerts are just a show and tell. It's a snapshot of where we are right now at the end of February. And hopefully, if you were at our October and December concerts, you are sitting here saying to yourself, wow, they got a lot better than they were in December. I think they did. So that's really cool. It's to show off the growth, it's to show off our hard work, and it's a show and tell. It's just a snapshot of where we are. We still have 4 more months of growing in this school year. And hopefully when you come back in May, you're able to say, wow, they're a lot better than they were in February. So that's kind of cool. You ready? All right. The group that you see behind you, it's a mix. We're kind of mixing ensembles at this point, but this is mostly concert band with some members of beginner band and some members of some other ensembles who are just ready to play more things and have other experiences. And the concert band, well, all the bands meet every other day for 42 minutes is class, but we get like a solid, 35 minutes out of each class in terms of rehearsal time. And we have a piece for you tonight called Shadows Unleashed. to welcome to the stage our symphonic band. Come on up, symphonic band. I will take this opportunity. Next Friday, not this Friday the 24th, but Friday, March 3rd, we are hosting a jazz festival, a middle school jazz festival here at Strayer. We have 7 visiting local and regional bands joining us that will be playing on this stage. It's going to be a great night if you're looking for something to do next Friday, starting at 6:30. Come on out, support your own Strayer Jazz, hear some great jazz, and the evening will be capped off with a performance by our very own Q Jazz, our high school jazz ensemble. So that is March 3rd, next Friday. And then, come out 2 weeks later, on March 17th, is our high school jazz festival, also here at Strayer. What time is that, Mr. Parker? 7?
7.
Awesome. Come out March 17th, celebrate St. Patrick's Day here with some awesome jazz here at 7. So that is March 3rd and March 17th. We'd love to see you. All right. The group that you see is Symphonic Band. Symphonic Band, again, every other day. We get about 35-ish minutes worth of rehearsal by the time we all get in and pack up and everything. And they have 3 pieces for you tonight. The first piece is a piece called Whirlwind. You will hear Violet on euphonium. You'll hear Rachel. Yeah, go ahead. Absolutely, she deserves the claps. You'll hear Rachel on clarinet. And you will hear our trumpets, RJ and Zach, at the very end. Thank you. That was definitely a challenge. We worked really hard on that one. I asked them a couple weeks ago. Come on up, Wind Symphony. I asked them a couple weeks ago, like, hey, do you think you could have done this and played this particular piece, that last one you just heard, like in September? And they all got wide and they went, So for them to recognize that they are playing harder stuff is really, really awesome. This is about the time of school year where I kind of like take and push a little bit, and that's really cool to see them achieve like that. That's awesome. Last group. We've got one more for you. The Wind Symphony is coming on up. This group has 4 pieces for you tonight. They are Ancient Fires, Corkstow Grange, 2 British folk songs, which Danny will conduct for us tonight, and we'll end our program with Conquista. Just in this transition, I would like to take this opportunity to thank a lot of people. I hope I remember them all, but the first would be our amazing administration here in Quakertown, Dr. Harner, our school board, my wonderfully, incredibly supportive building administration. They are top-notch. Dr. Bugser, Mr. Garger, thank you so much for everything that you allow me to do here. I have a lot of fun. I hope they have a lot of fun, and that wouldn't be possible without all the support from those wonderful people. Mr. Parker, thank you for everything that you have done for me in my life. Sorry, I'm gonna date here a little bit, but Mr. Parker was my high school band director, so I've known him for more than half my life, and he is a very, very large reason why I'm standing here as a band director. And it's really cool as a former student to be able to work with. He's not only a colleague now, but a friend, and that's a really cool thing to be able to say at this point in my life. So thank you very much for everything you've done for me. Yeah, go ahead. He deserves it. Not only for me, but for all the bands here in Quakertown. Thank you to Quimpo. Anybody from Quimpo here? Anybody? If you're here, stand up. Okay, Quimpo is our Quakertown Music Promoters Organization, and they are an amazing, amazing group of parents who advocate for our programs and for our kids and make sure that they are getting all the things that they need. They fund us. They make sure that we are financially supported and have the means to do all these awesome things. So, Quimpo, thank you. I appreciate you. If you are free on March 18th, which is the night after the high school jazz festival, come on out to the Quimpo Spaghetti Dinner that's at the high school from 4 to 8 p.m. Eat a lot of delicious food, like spaghetti. It's delicious. And hear our ensembles perform. So the Stroh bands will be performing again pretty early on in that evening, probably close to 4 o'clock. But you'll hear our jazz ensemble again, you'll hear the high school jazz ensemble again, you'll hear vocalists, you'll hear members from our orchestra, you'll hear small ensembles throughout the day. So yeah, that's a great day. That is March 18th from 4 to 8 p.m. at the high school. And without further ado, we look ready? Yeah? All right, cool. This is our final ensemble. Please enjoy Ancient Fires. you're listening to this awesome music, did that one ever feel like a little bit unsettled at times? A little bit, maybe? Okay, in music, we really like to count to 4, a lot. We know this, right? We like to count to 4, right? And when we don't count to 4, it gets trickier for some reason, right? So in that piece, we counted to 6, we counted to 3, we counted to 4, sometimes, and we counted to 2. We did all 4 of those different, we call them time signatures or meters. We did all 4 of those meters in that one single piece. That's tough, that's challenging, and they pulled it off really well. In this next piece, we're gonna completely switch gears on you. That was kind of like energetic and in your face. This next one is very much the opposite of that. Take it back a little bit, give yourself a little bit of a breather. But this one, again, we're not just going to count to 4 in this one. We're going to count to 4, and then we're going to count to 5. Sometimes we're going to count to 2, and I think we count to 3 a couple times too, right? Yeah, we're counting all over the place. Music is so stimulating in that way. So this piece of music, Work Still Grange, is from a larger work called Lincolnshire Posy. It is the second work from that. Lincolnshire Posy is usually a college piece. We have no business playing this, and I think they're playing it very, very well. So please enjoy Work Still Grange from Lincolnshire Posy.
Sebastian Licea. I'm in 7th grade and I play like percussion, play symphony, and sing.
Rachel Gass. I play clarinet, bass clarinet, and trumpet, and I'm in 8th grade.
My name is Danny. I led 2 pieces. I did Dance Sloth and 2 British folk songs, and both bands did amazing.
My name is Misha. I'm in 8th grade, and I play a lot of instruments, but my main one is flute. This concert was pretty fun, so yeah.
Hello, I am Rachel Urquhart. I'm the band director here at Strayer. We just had our early spring band showcase. And teaching, oh man, there's a lot of cool things about teaching. I think my favorite thing though is when a student is able to be independent from me. Like I get them started and I help them, on that road to success, but when they can finally do it on their own without me and be successful, like that is the absolute most best thing in the world. It's also pretty cool to see students that I had at one point grow up and be really, really successful. That's another really cool thing. But I would not be here as the band director if I didn't have really, really awesome role models in my life. People who made me want to be a band director. One of those people is currently the high school band director at our own Quakertown High School, Mr. Parker. He is a huge, huge role model for me, among others, and I wouldn't be here if it weren't for them. So hopefully I can inspire some future band directors to hopefully take over for me when I'm